Well, hey guys, it's now time to show you my new workstation. Well, hey everyone, and welcome back to another Industry Modeler. So in this video, what I'd like to do is spend a few minutes to share and show you my new workstation that I've created here at the front end of the garage. If you recall from the end of the last video, I told you I was in the process of relocating my workstation from the side to the front section here, and this is what we've come up with. And I say we because my wife was a big help in designing this project. What we had in mind here, we had a few goals, and we wanted to create a workstation that was comfortable and more efficient to work in, but also it was our goal to stay within a certain budget. So let me show you what we've come up with. So what I have here now is the main desk area, which spans about 7 feet. This is slightly shorter than what I had in the previous section. And because I knew this was going to be a little bit shorter, I figured I'd have some room here to add an extension. So this is a 3-foot extension that I'd be able to place my spray booth along with the compressor and 3D printer. And the idea here was to have all of this all on one side with the supplies and the materials I needed for these things. And this would then therefore leave the rest of the table open. So my wife came up with 2 other solutions to add to this. First was a movable table that also has an adjustable height. This allows for it to be positioned at the same height as the rest of the workbench, or at a height in which you could sit at. And I think this will be useful with figure painting in particular, but just having the option to sit is something I did not have at the other workstation. So both in the center and off to the side, I have these 2 sets of drawers that are on wheels. These are designed by Gladiator, and if I wanted more room underneath the center table, I simply roll it out of the way and adjust the stool to the proper height so that I can sit at the workbench. As for organizing, I wanted to have the main surface as uncluttered as possible. Now whether it stays like this, well, only time will tell. But I do think that using the pegboard and the holders here to contain X-Acto knives and pencils and rulers is at least a helpful step in trying to give myself as much clutter-free space as possible. Now my last workstation was right next to the garage door, so I typically had it open whenever I was working on stuff, particularly when I was spraying or working with my 3D printer. Now I still obviously have the option to open the garage door, which I plan to do, but to help with circulation further, I'm going to install a small little hood or vent here to help with circulation and clearing the air. And a couple other things to let you know about are the storage bins that I have up above here. Allow me to store some stuff for 3D printing. I've got paper towels and other supplies up there. And the desktop itself is made of a butcher block, which you can buy in sheets at Home Depot. It wasn't terribly expensive to purchase, but I didn't do anything when it came to cutting all of this stuff. I have a friend who's a handyman who's very good at it. He was helpful with giving us some tips about the design as well as all of the installation. He did all of that. The clear covering that you see over the butcher block, I really wanted to try to protect it because it's really nice looking, and as you know, model building can be a pretty messy business. And I figured I would give it a try by getting some acrylic sheet and covering it. It's not terribly expensive to get this stuff, so even if it got all scratched up and stained with paint, I can always replace it later again. And also thought about putting more electrical here. That was one thing I was very short of on the other side there. So we have this electrical strip that allows me to plug in all kinds of stuff if I need to. By using a Dremel or a dryer, hair dryer, all that sort of stuff. It gives me more access to electrical here. So the paint and all those other materials, as you saw, is on this side here, and I figured I would store it over here where I could do some figure painting as well as other painting on this side. So yeah, try to give it a lot of thought of placing things where I think they're reachable and accessible, and in turn trying to leave this area as uncluttered as possible. So again, I'm not sure how long it'll stay looking this clean, but I'm certainly going to at least give it a try to keep things a little more organized here. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me here on my YouTube channel or at industrymodeler@gmail.com. I will leave the links to these tables that we purchased at Lowe's and at Home Depot, so in case you're interested in looking into them, feel free to check out those links. I think they are going to work out great. So look forward to using this space for my future projects, and I will kick off the next project in the next video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you then. Take care.